Hi there, guys. Bruce here at Duck Dog's Place. Just want to take you a little minute and show you what's been going on with the Turf Surfer. And here we go. Can't even see it. That's because I got it all tore apart. I was having trouble with the chain continually, no matter what I did, jumping off track. So what I did, I took this long metal bar, square, half-inch square, and true, and I held it upside the sprocket, like so, when I knew I had the axle true and square in the frame, and I followed it up to the front of the engine and saw that I was way off. I wasn't even near being square. It was almost a half-inch off. And so what I had to do is I had to take the motor off and re-drill my mounting holes in my frame. And I thought, you know, while I've got the motor off, I'm going to go ahead and paint the thing. Needs it anyway, and I'm done welding on it and stuff. So I know it's going to be difficult to see because I got so much stuff in here. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. I've got it standing up over there because I'm running out of room. I got so much stuff in here. Anyway, I think you might be able to see it a little bit there, except the lawnmower's in the way, of course. There's the rest of it. Oh yeah. And my kickstand broke, which you probably won't be able to see this. I don't know. Let me zoom back out. It's probably going to be too dark under here. And there you can see it a little bit. I added this plate in there just to give it another inch of height, because I found that my rear wheel was actually, the way the frame is made with it coming up in the back, the farther I pulled the wheel back, the lower the frame went. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Anyway, the wheel was touching the ground with the kickstand up, and it wasn't working out. So anyway, I did this to make it taller, and I've got a solid bar going all the way across from one side to the other. I had to do it in 3 pieces, put it in each side, and then weld it in the middles, and weld it all together in place. So it's fixed. It can't be taken out unless I chop it up. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. And you can see I painted it a forest green using Krylon indoor-outdoor paint, and I'm really pleased with the way that paint comes on. I did do a little Bondo body filler work up here where I put the reinforcement plates on both sides of the down tube, and I'm not real pleased. It's not show car quality by any means, but it's a lot better than it was. I may do some more work on it before I put it all back together. I'm not certain. This is the down, the seat post. I went with a sweet cream color on the front end, which there's the front end, and luggage rack. Those little tabs that hold the chain tensioners in the back of the frame, and the bolts for the luggage rack wood pieces, which are over here, and I just clear coated them in a natural state. I think it'll look fine. Wow, I don't know what's happened here. The pull start, and it looks like I got chemical or something on there. The paint's all bubbling up. Like it has a chemical or something on it. No good. I did shoot it with clear coat. I've got 2 or 3 coats of paint on it. And I shot it with clear coat. And man, it looks awful. That piece does. That piece looks good. The gas tank looks okay. Looks a little dull. It may need to be polished and buffed after that clear coat dries. That's the chain guard. I know some of this is the fluorescent light does something with the video. It usually shows better up when I actually put it in the computer. But a regular incandescent light bulb seems to make it to where I can see it better from this point of view. Excuse me. There's the flywheel cowl. I don't know. It's lighting. It's kind of cloudy today, and so natural light's not coming through. But if I can get this to spin around, maybe you can see what I'm talking about. That thing. I may have to strip that all down and redo it. That looks like it has some sort of chemical on it, and the paint is all wrinkling up. At any rate, while I've got that apart, and what else I've been doing is I took the engine apart, and for those of you who have been here before, you may recognize this stuff. That's the governor gear button and all the little washers, and that little, let me put this down, this little rascal right here there you go, maybe you can see that little snap ring. It's not even a snap ring, it's just it's probably a lightweight spring steel that they use to hold all that in place. And I was really stressing, thinking about getting in there and beating on that with a hammer. Hey, there goes Beaky, one of my cats. Out mousing around. Anyway, so I took it with kid gloves, you know, just was real gentle. Took a wooden mallet and a screwdriver and just started tapping on it. And the thing bent out of shape relatively easy. And I was real pleased. And then it was just a matter of fishing all that stuff out there and getting the little chunk shards of plastic that came off of here out of the engine block. And then, of course, bolting it back together. Which I did it in an hour. I did all that in an hour before I had to go to work the other day. I was real pleased with that. So for my return spring on this rascal, I have found, I've been watching videos and saw guys do this stuff, but I went with the traditional, hooked it on the governor return bar, hooked it right here to where the flywheel cowl bolts on, and it's got enough tension to where it'll actually pull my throttle back, because I made this little tab to go on there, and I'm going to run my throttle right to here. Let's see, there we go. And it actually opens that butterfly all the way. Whereas with this trigger guard, where I had it hooked before, I went through this angle bracket and came up through here, and it would basically do this. But even when I got this full on, which this screw is still at the factory setting, but even with it full wide open, I don't know if you can see, but that carburetor intake butterfly never really opens all the way, and you have to twist that hand throttle all the way just to get it to do that. Well, with this, it does. It opens all the way. There we go. There it is. Okay. And with hardly any movement at all. That throttle is going to be like twisting the wick on a piece of dynamite, man. You barely move that rascal, and it's going to be wide open. So that's going to be sweet. This is the bracket that holds the gas tank up, and I drilled a hole in it right there and welded a nut on the back side because my throttle cable is going to run through that. And I took this bolt. I don't have a bicycle shop nearby that I can go to, so I have to make a lot of this stuff myself. I took this bolt and drilled all the way through it for the cable to go through, just to make a cable stop. And then I drilled a little bit bigger hole for the actual housing to fit up in. See if I can get over in the light where it's a little better. There we go. And you can see down in there, if I hold it right, you can. So that's my throttle stop, and it's got a backing nut on it. So when I get it adjusted, I can lock it down. And that's going to be swell. Plus my cable just barely reached. It came out of the frame, and then it came up through here, and wrapped up around in here, and it was just barely reaching. And now that I got to move the motor over another inch, I'm afraid it wasn't going to make it. But now it'll come out up here, and up here. I think it's going to save me inches off the actual length of the cable. I mean, it's a 10-foot long cable, and it wasn't long enough. This thing is so long. But anyway, that's pretty much what I've been up to here lately. You can see I still got some stuff to do. This really bothers me. I don't know how that's showing up to you, but oh my. There, I know you can see that. Look at how that. It looks like it had paint remover on it or something. I don't know what caused that. But that's definitely unacceptable. We can't be having that. I did strip all the labels off everything. They were nice labels. They weren't just paper. They had a plastic coating over them. So once you got a fingernail up underneath them, they peeled right off. And the only one I saved was this little dude right here. It's the old Turtle. I don't know how this is going to work. I got it stuck on a clean piece of metal over here. The old Turtle rabbit gas thing. I'm going to put that back on there just because, I don't know, for fun, I guess. But anyway, got some new bearings coming for my back wheel. They're sealed. This one started acting like it had grit in it. Let me zoom back out a little bit. This one right here started acting like it had grit in it. And so I went to knock it out. I was going to clean it. I took a rod through the other side of the wheel and pushed through there and tapped on it. And when I did, I bent the back side of it up and made it worse. And so I ordered some new bearings. I went all over the hardware stores, the automotive parts, the lawnmower shop. I mean, these are just wheelbarrow wheels, for heaven's sake. And I couldn't find a simple $2 bearing anywhere. I ordered some from Go-Kart Supply, and they had the $2 ones, and they also had the sealed ones for $3. I got the sealed ones. I think it'd just be better investment, since these are the wheels I'm going to run. But anyway, I don't know if you can't hear it, but see, it stops right there, and then you kind of got to force it. It's unacceptable too, you know. Can't be having that. All right. Well, that's enough of that for right now. More to come as this thing gets together. It's going to be swell when it's all done. I'm kind of excited to get it done because I got ideas for something else I want to do. But that's all down the road. Hey, thanks for watching. See ya.